Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Sorry that took so long. YouTube is asleep this morning. Once I press my introduction and it plays, usually by the time it's done playing, the little button that says start stream on YouTube finally shows up. But today it didn't. So I had to sit there and wait and wait and wait. I picked the wrong color. I'm not changing my whole shirt just because it shows up weird on my stream. I'm just not. You know, I'm not. You're not here for my shirt. You're here for court videos. So it doesn't matter what color my shirt is or if it's see-through, like you can see my background. Which is weird because you should be seeing my chair if I was really see-through. My chair's not see-through. Yeah, the cats helped me a lot this morning. Thank God I didn't start my stream yet because I was screaming at them. Yes, I was. Not in one cat in particular. In all the cats. I was just screaming very loudly. I'm missing a key on my keyboard right now. I'm missing the up arrow. Oh, thanks, Nan. It's just not here. They took it. So, you know, oh my gosh, this is called karma. When I was married, one of the things that me and my husband used to do, we wouldn't do the things. We would think about what could I do to another person that absolutely is not harmful in any way, but very annoying. Like, honey, let's go drive around the neighborhood with this universal remote. Change everybody's TV channel. We didn't actually do it, but it was just a game, you know, like, oh, I bet if we did that, you know, that would be super annoying. Stealing the up arrow of a keyboard is super annoying. This is just karma. This is the universe getting me back for all the little crazy things we used to think about doing but never actually did, except once. I did do this. I did print out a bunch of voice activated say paper towel stickers for bathrooms around Lancaster. So if you're ever in Lancaster and you go into a bathroom and the paper towel dispenser's there and you see a sticker on it that says voice activated say paper towel, don't say paper towel. Because you know you just have to like this most of the time, and then you get a paper towel. But if you stand there and say paper towel, people are gonna think you're weird. That was fun. That was a fun day, I'm just saying. I didn't actually see anybody use my sticker correctly. I did not. But, oh, I signed people up for junk mail. Yeah, I've done that many times. But that was vengeance. That wasn't for fun. There was nothing happy about it. You should see. Never mind. I don't... Junk mail, okay. International mail catalogs. I used to print international mail catalogs at... when I worked at this printing press. And those I signed everybody up for. Everybody got a international mail catalog. They're really good catalogs. Printed on crap paper. So I am trying to get my voice to work like I want it to. Alright. We are 1 hour away from the end, which is the best part. Sorry. Hold on. Oh my goodness. I know, you should have. They're really fun to watch. They really are. They were even better to print for 14 hours. They make people in factories work way too long. They absolutely do not need to make them work that long. Looking back, they could have just hired more people. There's no reason. Because they were paying me overtime to work that many hours when they could have just hired someone for straight time. But I remember when it snowed and people couldn't get in, I would work on the press, take a quick 4-hour nap in the cafeteria and go back to the press because no one else could get in. Until the roads opened up. 1, 2, 3 days, whatever. The roads have never stopped me from going to a job. Never once did it snow bad enough that I could not make it to my job. Never, not one time. I just drove on them. I took my car and I drove right through the snow, no matter how big it was. All right. Without an up arrow, we're going to do the rest of this show. I just see that big hole. I just don't get it. I don't understand why did they take my up arrow? I guess I don't need it. I can still press that little square, but this was a beautiful keyboard. I know, sweetie. All right, let's get back to this. We have 1 hour to go. So far, so good. Here we go.
Yes, Ms. Jones, you said there was no broken bones?
I'm not aware of what the emergency room found whenever he went.
Okay. But you said he had a laceration to his mouth?
Yeah, he had a lacerations to his lips and some abrasions.
Okay. And you were working at medical. Were you also the nurse that attended to me afterwards? I'm also the defendant in this case. I'm counsel and defendant. So
I don't recall if I saw you.
Okay. And after events like this, at a staff assault, they bring not only the staff member that got assaulted to your medical facility, right? They bring him, but they also bring the inmate, correct?
Correct.
And then, have you ever noticed when they bring the inmate that they jump on the inmate or abuse the inmate afterwards?
Sustained.
Move to strike.
Jury ordered to disregard it. Move on.
Nothing further.
Any redirect?
No, thank you,
You
Mr.
may
Chair.
step down. Thank you.
Thank
She's
you.
excused.
Another short witness?
Is it this one?
No, there's another one.
Oh, okay. Okay, another short witness. Sure.
Mr. Brown? Yeah.
Stay standing, face me. Raise your right hand. Swear affirm the testimony you'll give in these proceedings be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
I do.
See, water is here. That's touchscreen.
Nope, the
Thank you.
guards got him in the medical
Sir, would
unit.
you please state your full name? for the record?
Clifford Douglas Brown.
How are you employed, Mr. Brown?
I'm a correctional program coordinator at Warren Correctional Institution with the Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services.
Okay. Have you previously been employed by the Department of Corrections?
I have.
How'd you start in this corrections prison mental health business? How'd you get your start in it?
Well, I started out as a corrections officer at Lebanon Correctional Institution in 1992. I served in that role for just over 4 years, promoted to case manager for about 9 months, then promoted to correctional program coordinator at Warren in 1997. And I've been in that role for just about 27 years.
And you said you work not for the Department of Corrections now, but for the Department of Mental Health?
It's a little confusing.
Help me out.
Recovery services is basically drug treatment. And
Sandra, look. You're green. That happened yesterday. I was very excited.
Until 2015, Recovery Services was part of the Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. And then during the Kasich administration, it was moved over. Recovery Services was removed from the Department of Rehabilitation and Correction, and it was simply transferred to Mental Health and Addiction Services. It's pretty much just taking something from one budget and putting it in another. I still work in the same role. My job hasn't changed. I'm still in the prison doing what I was doing before.
We've heard other officers say that they are primarily concerned with the security of the institution. Is that your focus?
Well, security is everybody's focus. However, my job is mostly, in addition to security, is helping inmates learn a different way of thinking so they can act differently and have different results. In other words, really just trying to help them
pro wrestler.
learn how to
He's still
function
there,
in
I think.
society in a reasonable fashion.
But regardless of that focus, are you also required to undergo minimum use of force and self-defense training?
Yes,
Is that required for any staff that works inside the institution?
yes.
So I'd like to direct your attention to December 20th of last year.
Before anybody gets excited, pro wrestler cannot possibly be Maiko. In case you were wondering, in case you saw pro wrestler pop up and think, is that Maiko's alt? Is that Maiko? It can't be Maiko. It actually can be anybody in this whole chat other than Maiko. The only person it can't be is Maiko. Because look at all those caps. Maiko would not be able to handle that. Pro wrestler, you were almost Maiko today.
Were you working at WCI that day?
I don't know. I'm assuming that's the day of that Mr. Jones.
Let me rephrase the question. On the day you were working there that you became involved in an incident with the defendant and Sergeant Carey,
Yes,
were you working at WCI?
yes.
Okay. And if my video and so forth says that happened on or about the 20th of December, would you agree with
That
that?
is awesome.
I truly don't
That
remember
is
the
so
dates.
cool.
All right.
Um,
Do you remember what you
1v1
were
me.
doing
I can
around 1
take you.
o'clock?
yes,
What were you doing?
I was facilitating a class of approximately 6 inmates in the library of 1 Alpha.
And as you were there, did you become aware of any disturbance or something unusual going on in the day room area?
Yes, I did.
And where is your library compared to the day room?
The library faces out on the day room of the block 1 Alpha. It is to the left of the officer's podium if you were sitting at the podium.
Do you have a view of the general day room area?
If I stand up and look out the window.
And on this particular occasion, did you notice anything unusual happening out in the day room area around 1 o'clock or shortly after 1 o'clock?
Yes, I did.
Tell us what brought your attention to that.
Well, in the middle of talking to my, let's just say students, we all sort of heard
That's
some
awesome.
commotion. And
That
when
is
you're
awesome.
working in prison and you see a bunch of inmates looking in a certain direction, that suggests the need to investigate why they're looking in that direction. The inmates in my class started looking in a certain direction. I could see out the window that the inmates in the day room were all looking in the same direction, and I knew that was something to investigate.
That's based on how many years you've been working inside the prisons?
32.
32. Did you in fact investigate to see if there was something unusual going on?
Yes, sir, I did. I stood up and walked out of the library and followed the eyes of the inmates. They were all looking at Sergeant Carey's office.
And what, did you go to Sergeant Carey's office?
Monica, thank
did.
you so much.
Tell us what you first saw when you approach that office?
Well, I had no idea there was something going on at first, and what I saw was a foot stick out of the office door and retract rather quickly. Now, in that environment, a foot doesn't normally just come out of an office door and retract quickly, unless somebody's, I don't know, sticking their foot out the door. Wouldn't make any sense. And then I saw a flash of gray, which was which was an officer responding.
And
As
what did you do?
I put down my coffee cup and went to the office.
Tell us what happened when you arrived at the office.
When I got in the office, Officer Shostak was attempting to restrain an inmate. Officer Carey had the inmate's left wrist in a handcuff, and was struggling to get his right wrist into the cuffs. And I simply grabbed the right wrist and pulled the assailant's right wrist into the cuffs.
You referred to him as the assailant. Was he still actively struggling when you arrived?
Yes,
Right. You assisted in subduing him,
barely, but yes,
but you were there.
I was.
And when you say the assailant, do you see that person present in the courtroom today?
Objection.
Overruled.
Yes, I do.
Can you point him out for the jury? Now,
Identifying the defendant.
Did you know inmate Jones before this particular incident?
I
Without getting into any confidential.
I'm too old for this shit. If you are watching, we want to talk to you in chat because your name is so great. I'm too old for this shit. Please come into chat.
Information or personal.
I had been somewhat familiar with him, and I want to say 10 years prior.
All right.
He had passed through, and maybe that's not necessarily perfectly accurate. Could have been 5, could have been 8 years.
But you generally recognized him.
I recognized him.
After the defendant was subdued and removed from Sergeant Carey's office, did you have occasion to observe if Sergeant Carey had any visible injuries?
Yes,
Can you describe those to the jury in layman's terms?
yes, he was bleeding from the nose.
And all of these events occurred at the Warren Correctional Institution on the dates you don't remember.
Yes, that's correct.
All right. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Any cross-examination, Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir. So you only arrived at the situation after Shostak and Carey had the situation almost all the way subdued, correct?
I don't know. They were struggling with you.
So you arrived after Sergeant Carey and
With the
Officer Shostak
defendant.
were both already there. You were the, say, third, maybe fourth person to arrive?
Correct. I was the third person in the door.
Okay. And so you didn't see anything from the beginning. You just reacted to the situation and came to aid and assist afterwards, correct?
Correct.
So you couldn't sit there and testify on whether or not Sergeant Carey spit on me to start the altercation, could you?
I know I would not.
You would not be able to.
Didn't see anything.
And also, when you came in to help Shostak and Carey, did you notice Shostak punching me?
No, I didn't see anybody strike you.
You didn't see any strike? Would you like to see the video to refresh your memory?
Sure.
You can show them the video.
That's not a proper way to impeach him. He didn't say that he didn't say that it didn't happen. He simply said he didn't see it. So playing a video of something that he wasn't in there to see is not a proper way to impeach him or to even to refresh his recollection. Okay, move on.
And so you've been working in the corrections for 32 years, correct?
Correct.
Oh, he's
And
going to testify.
What is the standard procedure for a staff assault
William.
afterwards for the staff to the inmate?
He won't testify, but he'll testify.
Objection, relevance.
Staff to inmate assault. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Have you ever been assaulted before, sir? In your 32 years of working, have you ever been assaulted?
I've been assaulted, but not there.
Okay. How many times would you say?
I don't know, it was never in my professional capacity, not in a correctional facility.
Oh, so you've never, so, okay, so let me clarify this. Since you've been working in corrections, you've never been assaulted since you've been in corrections at the job, correct?
That's correct. I have never been
So
assaulted.
you've never, okay. And you predominantly, you've been, recovery services for how long you said?
27 years, approximately 27 years.
And 32 years total. So you started off as CO for the first 5 and then you shifted to, recovery services?
Close. I was a corrections officer for about just over 4 years. And I've been in recovery services for within a few weeks of 27 years.
So for 32 years in, you've never been assaulted once. Do you have any idea why that might be?
Objection.
Sustained.
Is it in any way connected to
Nothing further,
angry
Your Honor.
Can
wrestling
you
vet?
redirect?
Your
Is
new
it fair to say
t-shirt
that
shop?
your focus when you entered that room was to help the other officers subdue the inmate and terminate the fight that was going on?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Thank you. No further questions.
Any questions?
Does he think he's doing a good job up until now? If you're him, if you're the defendant, do you feel like you're winning? Like this is going your way?
Based on that question.
Dude, when you entered the office, it was no longer a fight. It was 2 officers subduing an inmate. That's correct.
Correct.
So you didn't try to subdue the fight. You were just trying to help get the inmate in cuffs and into segregation, correct?
To complete the handcuffing.
Yeah, so the fight was already over by the time you got there. I just want that clarified for the record.
I
Nothing
didn't see a
further.
fight. I just see struggle.
Nothing
I
further.
saw resistance.
Thank you, sir. You may step down.
Thank you.
Strong, do you have one more witness?
I do. My last witness will be Trooper Schuler.
You guys want to go one more? Everybody okay? Okay. Call your next witness.
The jury's like, no, break. No, we don't want to break. Let's go. Keep going.
Call Trooper Michael Schuler.
I think, but I'm not sure. But you can confirm. That's the link, guys, if you want to buy any grumpy or angry wrestling vet shirts. There's they're nice. That's just the Facebook. You're gonna have to click around for everything else. Oh my gosh, was that your mask? No, that was not your mask. That was someone else's mask. But there you go, guys. There you go. All right, back to work. Back to work.
Raise your right hand. Swear from the testimony of these proceedings to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Good evening.
Bill. Hi, Bill. How the hell are you? Of course that's allowed. That's your life. Those are your shirts.
Sir, would you please state your full name and spell your last name for the record?
Trooper Michael Schuler, Schuler.
How are you currently employed?
I'm a highway patrol trooper currently assigned to the Cincinnati Operations Investigative Section.
How long have you been a state trooper?
A little over 9 years.
Is all of your law enforcement experience as a state highway patrol officer?
Yes.
You said you're assigned as an investigator. I thought the state patrol just handed out speed tickets and stuff like that. Why do they need an investigator?
So my office handles usually felony level crimes on state property, which would be under the name of the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections primarily, other state facilities, and then also we assist the road posts with investigations that are outside of their scope of their normal duties.
And how long have you been an investigator?
Almost 2 years.
And as part of your duties, do you have occasion to investigate crimes occurring at the Warren Correctional Institution?
I do.
And is that located on State Route 63 in Warren County, Ohio?
Yes.
Let's direct your attention to December 20th of last year. Were you called to investigate an assault occurring at WCO?
I said,
I was.
Bill, how
Tell
the
us
hell
about
are
what how you first became aware of the incident.
Warren Correctional Institution's investigator JT Hall notified me through phone that there was a staff assault at the facility and that a corrections officer, the corrections sergeant Carey, was being transported to Atrium Medical Center in Middletown, Ohio, for injuries he sustained during the assault.
So did you then go directly to Atrium Hospital?
I did.
And when you arrived there, did you have occasion to encounter Sergeant Shane Carey?
I did.
And he was the gentleman who testified earlier, is that correct?
Yes.
Sergeant Carey gave you a brief explanation of what had happened?
Yes, he provided an audio recorded interview.
And when you met, had Sergeant Carey already
This
been
is the
treated
last
for
one.
his injuries?
He was still undergoing treatment. He was in exam room 18 of the emergency room still.
How would you describe
Where, Josh?
his,
Where? Point him
were,
out.
were physical injuries apparent to you?
Yes.
How would you describe those as you saw him in the hospital at that point in time?
He had slight blood stains on his facial area. His facial area was puffy. There were obvious abrasions, and his speech appeared kind of slurred, as if maybe his lip was swollen.
Drunk on the job. He was
Did
drunk.
you take any photographs
driving.
to document the physical injuries as you saw them?
I did.
Sir, I'll direct your attention to what's before you and mark as state's exhibits number 12, 13, and 14. Are you familiar with those particular photographs?
Yes,
Did you take those photographs?
I did.
And what do they depict?
They depict Sergeant Shane Carey still undergoing treatment at Atrium Medical Center.
Do they truly and accurately depict the conditions of Sergeant Carey and his injuries as you observed them on that day?
Yes.
Request permission to publish. Sir.
Please, just.
And so we understand, this is after he was at WCI and had been transported to the hospital and had received some treatment by the time you got there.
Yes.
Sir, I'll show you what's been marked as state's exhibit number 12. Will you tell us what we're seeing there?
So it's Sergeant Shane Carey sitting upright in a hospital bed in exam room 18 of Atrium Medical Center's emergency room.
And you said you observed what appeared to be injuries. Do we see those? This is kind of his right side.
So his facial area in between his nose and his, it would be his right side of his beard, was obviously puffy.
Can you show us where you're referring to? Just in a circle.
Right in this area here.
Okay. And any other injuries that were apparent from this side?
I support Puffy.
It was kind of hard to tell with his mustache, his facial hair, but there was some blood staining right here in this area.
I'd like to show you next what's been marked as state's exhibit number 13. I'm sorry, number 13. Can you tell us what we see there?
So this would be the left side of Sergeant Shane Carey's face as he sat in the hospital bed.
And what, if any, injuries did you see observed in this photograph?
Just again, the puffiness in this area here. There was some blood staining in this area. And then from this point of view, and I believe it's depicted in the next photograph, there was a scratch and or laceration right in this area.
And can you?
I think you can do that from there, Justin. Change that.
I got closer, but then I had
I
to do
think they
stuff.
used AI to
Oh,
make those
okay.
videos and they're all lying.
Shut up.
Can we go ahead and
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah.
It is a crime, yeah.
Now you can draw on it.
again, just circle the area that you were describing for us in this photograph?
So it'd be here, puffiness in here, and then back here would be depicted in the next photograph was a scratch and or abrasion.
And with regard to state's exhibit number 14, can you tell us what we're seeing in this particular photograph?
So that's the left side of Sergeant Shane Carey's head as he sat in the same hospital bed
Did you see any evidence of injuries at that point?
right there.
But he was pretty much cleaned up by the time you got to him.
Yeah, he had already been attended to by medical staff at the institution, and then also Atrium Medical Center was still, they had already treated him partially. They were waiting to evaluate whether or not his nose or nasal bone was fractured.
Subsequent to your encounter with Sergeant Carey, did you review any or assemble any other evidence as part of your investigation,
Yes.
such as?
So I obtained through WCI investigator JT Hall quite a few documents relating to this incident. In addition to that, I also received video footage from surveillance video in the housing unit and also body worn camera footage.
And we've seen the body camera footage from Sergeant Carey and Officer Shostak. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
And finally, did you recover video from WCI, the surveillance video for the block areas?
Yes.
Previously, you've seen what we referred to as State's Exhibit number 1. Again, will you refresh us our explanation as to what we're seeing, and if I can go to the video? I'm sorry.
So that is the housing unit in question, 1 Alpha. And specifically, that video depicts the doorway to Sergeant Carey's office in the housing unit.
And for the record, this is approximately shortly after 1:08 p.m. Is that correct? We'll see.
Yes, it's 1:08 and 3 seconds.
And I'm stopping the video here. What do we see depicted in this particular part of the video?
That is the defendant, Mr. Jones.
Again, I'm stopping the video and ask you to again describe the second person we see in that video.
So that is Sergeant Shane Carey.
And again, I'd stop the video and ask you to describe what we've just seen.
The defendant delivered a headbutt style strike
Donald
to the
Jr.
facial region of Sergeant Shane Carey, and then immediately
Yeah.
followed it up with a
Two.
right hook
Can't math.
style strike to his facial region.
I wouldn't do it, Dr. Apocalypse. It would hurt me
There's
too
been
much.
some question about somebody spitting on somebody. Have you ever heard that story before?
During the investigation, that was never brought up.
You find any
Interesting.
evidence that anybody spit on anybody?
There was no evidence of that. There were no claims of that. There was no testimony of that.
In fact, you had the opportunity to review a use of force report signed by the defendant.
I did.
Any such allegations?
No.
First you've heard of it today?
Yes.
Sir, for the record, I will ask you again, is the Warren Correctional Institution located in Warren County, Ohio?
Yes,
Is it a state correctional facility?
it is.
Was Sergeant Carey an employee of the Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections on December 20th of last year?
Yes.
And was defendant Aaron Jones incarcerated at WCI on that date?
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, any questions for?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Officer Schuler.
I'm not muted. Sorry.
During the course of your investigation, how long did you talk to the defendant, Mr. Jones? I'm defending the counsel on this one.
I attempted to gain a statement from you, and you decided that you did not want to speak with me.
So I never made a statement.
You did not make a formal statement to me.
I
no.
did not. So you saying there was never no claims of any spitting having happened. There was never no conversation for me to have said anything, correct?
There was not a conversation had because you refused to have a conversation with me.
Okay, so
Yay,
there was no claims
CJ.
being made. So you're saying
Oh
I
my
didn't say
God,
anything,
that's
but you're saying I didn't
awesome.
say anything about that.
I'm so
It's
happy
kind of
for you.
conflicting,
Objection,
isn't
Your
it?
Honor.
I
Ask
added it
a
on the question.
Sustain, ask a question.
Okay, if you say I made no statement and I made no
Hello,
claim,
Chef.
isn't that kind of conflicting?
To make a claim, you would have to make a statement.
But the way you're phrasing it, it sounds like
Objection.
it was never addressed.
Overruled.
It's overruled.
Answer the question.
Repeat your question.
My question was, is that since you're saying that I never said anything, how the way you're phrasing up here sounds to the jury like that I never said anything about him spitting on me, but I never said anything at all. I observed my right to remain silent. Is that correct?
Correct. You made 0 statements to include that Sergeant Shane Carey spat on you.
Okay. I made no claim because I reserved my right to remain silent, correct?
Objection.
You did.
Overruled.
And so with that, when you conduct interviews like this, aren't they usually on recording? Don't y'all usually record those?
If you decline a formal interview, a lot of times we don't have the audio recorder prepared at that point in time, so not always.
So not always. Do you know if you would try to attempted to record this at all?
I had my recording equipment with me, but I believe I just arrived at the investigator's office when I met with you. So I didn't unpack all my equipment. You were
Zach,
already
did you
waiting
get your video
for me in
done?
the investigator's office, so I didn't have a chance to be prepared.
So there's no documentation of this interview, short and brief, however it may be, at all outside of your recollection today,
It's just my testimony.
just your testimony. So you don't remember me telling you afterwards about how do I press charges on those who assaulted me afterwards?
I photographed your face after you declined an interview, and you were immediately let out of the office.
You don't recall me asking you how to press charges on the officer who
Objection.
assaulted me afterwards?
Overruled.
You didn't.
I don't.
You don't recall? Okay. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
Well, do you not recall him making his statements, or did he not make such statements?
I
in your
asked him
presence?
if he wanted to provide a formal statement in the course of this investigation, and he said no.
And that was the end of the statements he made to you,
Yes.
of any size, shape, or form,
Yeah, he invoked his right to remain silent.
which is fine.
Yes.
No further questions.
Anything else?
Yeah. Hold on. I gotta figure out how to phrase it. One moment, please.
No, it's got to be related. It's got to be related.
That's
to-
why I gotta figure out how to phrase because if I don't do it right,
Monica, thank you for the cheers.
I'm trying to
Thank
get this question
you.
on. Damn. I have to figure out how to say that. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to ask so during the course of your interview with me, I never signed a use of force statement in front of you, correct?
That's not,
Objection. Scope.
It goes to the interview.
It kind of goes to the interview. I'll let it go. Corey, answer the question.
so the use of force statement is an administrative document that is kept and maintained by the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and Corrections. I in no way, shape, or form administer those. I don't execute those. That's not my department. I work for the Ohio State Highway Patrol.
So you have no idea about any use of force statement that I might have wrote at the facility or through ODRC, correct?
Any documents that I obtained through ODRC were
She's
obtained
there.
from
His
ODRC.
lawyer's in the
I
back.
did not obtain
So
them
you were
Sitting
directly.
there.
so you were never present for any of this or witnessed it yourself or verified or authenticated yourself, correct?
It's verified through the Ohio Department of Rehabilitation and
I'm
Corrections.
asking a yes or no. Yes or no.
He's answered the question. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. We stepped down. Thank you, Trooper. Thank you.
Your Honor, at this point, the state would like to address certain evidentiary matters. I have no further witnesses to call.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we're going to take about a 15-minute break. I've got some legal stuff, I guess, administrative stuff that we have to kind of work with. Again, my duty, your duty. So I'm gonna let you guys go back into your room and stretch your legs and have a snack, whatever. But let's say about 15
Snacky
minutes. It's
snack.
2:52. So let's say we'll come back at about a little after 3. Okay, like let's say 3:05. Okay. Thank you. You guys can be seated.
Your Honor, can I approach, I think, briefly, I want to
Go look at that.
I can approach too.
No, he's just gonna pick up, he's not approaching me, he's
Oh.
approaching there. All right, so we are
No,
still on the record
Past me
now.
said snacky
Let's
snack.
catch up to that little sentence. Outside the presence of the jury.
You
each
didn't
of
get
have
me my beef
received
jerky
copies
yesterday.
Of the
Still
jury
waiting.
instructions. Since lunchtime, I actually made a couple of changes and they are all on page number 6. It's nothing substantive. It was just kind of cleaning up some of the language like
All right, guys. Who in our chat would be the most likely to appear on an episode of Naked and Afraid? Who in the chat right now?
underneath how determined on page 6. I just had to kind of fill that in, and it now reads: you will determine from these facts and circumstances whether there existed at the time in the mind of the defendant an awareness of the probability that his actions would result in physical harm. I didn't actually fill that last part in on your set, and then the rest of the stuff I just kind of I took out failure to act because we're not talking about a failure to act, so I kind of deleted all that. I really just cleaned that up, some of the language there. Anything else with regard to jury instructions, Mr. Arnold?
Now, with regard to jury instructions.
So you are satisfied with the jury instructions, Mr. Jones? Anything with regard to jury instructions?
No, sir.
All right, so the jury instructions are set. Mr. Arnold, do you need to move for admission of exhibits 1 through 14?
I do. I
All right.
am.
They have all been identified. Mr. Jones, is there any objection to any of the exhibits?
Yes, I'm objecting to exhibit number 10. They failed to establish the chain of command. They failed to establish anybody who could authenticate that in the court that I signed that paper. I filled that paper out. Nobody,
That is
officer that
valid.
allegedly saw me, witnessed, observed me, make that statement was not here present, and none of these dudes could testify that they had seen me or it was authenticated.
See, this is one of those occasions where actually knowing the rules of evidence and rules of procedure would have been helpful. Objections overruled. All 14 exhibits will be admitted.
And Your Honor, can I note for the record that the videos that are exhibit 1,
Hey, hang on.
Yo. That was a valid objection. What he just said was a valid legal objection. Why did he overrule that? I mean, I doubt Exhibit 10 is going to make any difference whatsoever in this case. But
Mr. Jones,
Yeah,
watch it.
I ain't watching shit, man. Fuck you.
After all this time, all this patience I've shown you
I
all
don't
day
care about none of
long.
that, bro. You just let some shit in on some bullshit, man. That's a
Well,
fucking fraudulent
again.
document, man. That's bullshit, bro.
yo, he's right.
I will.
Mr. Jones is
I'm
right.
do what, bro? I'm already locked up. You can't do nothing to me at all, period. You got a max of 3 years to give me, bro. Go ahead and slide that shit to me and let me get the fuck out your
All right,
face.
Mr. Arnold, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to point out for the record that exhibits 1, 8, and 9 are all contained on
You're
one
going to be on Naked and Afraid,
CD.
man.
and they're labeled accordingly on the outside of the CD as well as when you open them up. 1, 8, and 9.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, anything else?
Now, on behalf of the state.
And Mr. Jones, anything else for the record before we take a few minute break here?
And
Yeah, you made me do this without a lawyer present. You made me represent myself. I could have got my people to hire me a lawyer.
I made you, huh? Wow. That's really nice coming from you after I exhausted myself this morning trying to get you.
Yeah,
to
you
keep
want to try and let me enter no continuance, though. You want to try and let me get no continuance, though.
Okay. All right, take it, man.
Seek counsel.
Judge, just for the record, can I rest outside the presence of the jury? So you
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And Mr. Jones, just for the record, do you have any witnesses or exhibits Mr. Jones, do you have any witnesses?
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I'll take that you do, Mr. Jones, I'll take that you do not have any witnesses to call or any evidence to present. Is that accurate? All right, thank you.
How long? I mean, he's got to go to the bathroom, basically enough time to go to the bathroom.
I think this is bathroom break 4 since, 9 o'clock in the morning? This is like, what did he say? 3 o'clock? Yo, past me is weird for counting how many times he went to the bathroom. just kept this part in so you can see what's going on in the courtroom after he walks out the door. They're all like, okay, here we go.
All right, thank you. Please be seated. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the state has now rested. We dealt with the evidentiary issues. The defense is not offering any witnesses or exhibits, so we're going to move directly into closing arguments. I've given each side 5 minutes. Mr. Arnold, you may go first.
Thank you, Your Honor. If it please the court, members of the jury, we began this case with me telling you that this was an assault that occurred at prison on or about December 20th in Warren County, Ohio, and that Sergeant Shane Carey, the defendant of your cause, or actually did cause physical injury to him. You've received the evidence, you've heard the evidence, and I guess I could stand up here and play that video, the cell block video again, but I think you've seen it about 4 or 5 times now. And what's clear about 1:08 that afternoon is basically he storms out of the office. And you've seen that view from both ends, sort of the body cam end as well as the surveillance end. He storms out of the office. He's already knocked the phone on the ground. And like an unruly or ill-behaving child, something has to happen when you do that in a supervisor's office out at WCI. So he's going to get cuffed and taken to security or wherever he's going to go. And he doesn't want that. And you see first a headbutt, and you kind of saw that from Sergeant Carey's position. All you see is a head coming in and hitting his face. And you actually, from the video outside, you can see the strikes as he moved into the room. And I grant you, all you can tell after that when they get in is there's a fight going on in that office until Shostak comes in, and then eventually Mr. Brown and a whole bunch of other officers. So the issue is, did he cause or attempt to cause physical harm to Sergeant Carey? You've got the headbutt, you've got the fist strikes as they go into the room. Judge is going to give you a definition of what assault means, and includes physical harm. It means any injury. We have to show that there's a WCI, which is a correctional facility. I think I asked that question several times. We have to show that the victim was an employee of the Department of Correction, and you heard Sergeant Carey as well as other witnesses testify to that. And we have to show that the defendant was incarcerated at that institution. We don't have to show you why or he was there, just that he was in fact an inmate.
To be perfectly honest, Kelly, this guy doesn't need a closing statement. He can just say he's guilty and sit down.
You know the story. This is something about cussing out a staff member the night before. Sergeant Carey's going to discipline him. He doesn't like that. He wants to argue back and forth. At several points, Carey says, just get out of my office so that we don't end up where we ended up. And then he struck several times. And this was a picture that
Yes,
I think
sir.
Mr. Hall took after the fact, before he was in the hospital, but after he'd been cleaned up a little bit by, in the infirmary. And you saw the other photographs, you'll have those. Basically, he got a busted mouth, busted nose, some scratches and abrasions. That's not serious physical harm, but it's sufficient to be physical harm. It is physical harm. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you sat here today, you've heard the evidence. This is a situation where you need to simply apply what you've heard to the law and render a verdict. And we trust that that verdict will be guilty of the charge of assault. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Mr. Arnold. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Can we just all thank him for being fast? Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
First, thank y'all for taking time out y'all day and spending it with me. I know it might not have been what you was looking for, but I do appreciate y'all performing y'all civil duty. Y'all keep the America strong. I want to point y'all to what y'all seen today. Don't take his word. Don't take any of these dudes' words. It's on y'all to weigh the credibility of the witnesses. It's on y'all to overview and look at the video. You see that man cock his head back and spit on him. You're going to see it when you see the videos and get your own chance to look at it. This isn't just a back and forth. Yes, looked aggressive. Yes, I was agitated. I walked away. He followed me, regardless of what he was following me for, to discipline me or put me on the wall or whatever the case may be. I tried to walk away and alleviate the situation. We all got our own tools and toolkit for alleviating and de-escalating a situation. You might not do it the same way as they might do it. It just depends on varied on person. Like I'm the type of person you gotta walk away. If you let me get too amped up, I'm gonna walk away. Like it's simple as that. Overview the video, you overview the evidence, you see every witness that took the stand. I've been nothing but polite, courteous, and respectful to all these people that took the stand against me, regardless of where your standing is at with me. I was respectful, polite, and polished. You see how agitated and confrontational they was with me and how they didn't want to answer my questions or put anything on the record. I'm not going to say an altercation didn't take place here. I don't think none of y'all stupid or blind. So I'm not even going to sit there and fake with y'all. I'm just saying, look at the totality of the circumstances of the situation, and you tell me what you would have did in that type of heated exchange, and you got spit on. I don't know what the rest of y'all will do, but I did what I did, and it is what it is. Like, regardless of how y'all ruled, thank you for your civil services. Y'all do what y'all feel is best and what y'all feel like the evidence proved. Prosecutor failed miserably to prove that it wasn't, spit being took place. All he really showed us that it was a fight. I don't get charged with assault just because I won. That's not how that goes. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Arnold?
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of rebuttal, I just want to point out to you that this spitting came from nowhere. You didn't see it on the video. You didn't hear a witness testify to it. It's just the defendant's claims through his questions, which are not evidence. It's the day of trial. We've got to have something to talk about. I guess that's his thing. But you didn't see any evidence of that. And nothing excuses his conduct on that day. Not even an excuse manufactured or brought to your attention for the first time, shall we say, on the day of trial. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arnold. Members of the jury, you've heard the evidence and the arguments of counsel. When I use counsel in my instructions here, I am referring not only to Mr. Arnold, but also to Mr. Jones, who acted as his own counsel, just so that you're aware that this includes both of them, okay? It is now my duty to instruct you on the law. The court and the jury have separate functions. You decide the
This is
disputed
boring.
facts, and the court provides you with the instructions of law. It is your sworn duty to accept these instructions and apply the law.
You are absolutely all welcome to go back in time. Here's the link. And watch the jury instructions yourself. But we are not doing that here.
That he's going to have, it takes some time to tee up that prison video.
He'll do it. He knows how to do it. Mr. Jones, anything for the record, sir? All right, we'll stand in recess until we have a verdict.
Whew, okay. All right. So he ended this at like the day ended at like I think it was 4:38 p.m. or something like that. And I had to go to work at 5 o'clock. So I stopped recording right there. All right. We do see what happens. However, my daughter did not get the actual jury saying guilty, not guilty, guilty, not guilty. What she got was the judge afterwards. Sent like so he tells us what the jury came up with. We see a lot. There's 9 more minutes left, and it's all great. I should have just did this 9 minutes and skipped the rest of it. I need to quit working. That would help. Oh, wrong folder. I'm wrong folder. So, yeah, I didn't adjust this audio at all because it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, I think. Verdict. Here we go, guys. Are you ready? Yeah. Yes, Sally, we sure do. Ready? Useless.
The nature of this offense, we ask that you impose a 36-month sentence. It's necessary for the court, when you send people to prison and ask people to guard them and keep them away from us, keep us safe, that you also respect those people who are injured when they're doing a public deed like this.
Just for the record, Mr. Arnold, you're waiving the appearance of.
I am.
All right, very good. That's of waiving the appearance of the victim in the case under Marcy's law.
Is he? Is he innocent or guilty? What are we thinking? I'm thinking innocent because bad cop. Totally bad cop, innocent.
Mr. Jones, anything you want to say?
Yeah, my family was asking to be present for sentencing if I lost today.
Yeah, the law doesn't say that, Mr. Jones. The law says the victim has a right to be present for sentencing. He's waived that right. Do you have anything to say before I sentence you?
Fuck you in your courtroom, bitch.
All right. The court's
Suck
considered
my
the
whole
statements
dick,
made here
bitch.
today,
Fuck on, too.
the purposes and principles of sentencing, the relevant seriousness
36
and
months, go
recidivism.
ahead.
Relevant
36
seriousness.
months, go ahead. 36 months, go ahead.
Court finds that
Fuck
you're not
you in that
amenable to
36
community
month
control
pussy.
and prison is
Shut up,
necessary.
bitch.
Shut up.
I ain't doing shit.
Take
Fuck
him
you.
out. Get him out. Court orders you to serve 36 months in prison. That to be served consecutive to your current sentence. The court finds that consecutive sentences are necessary to
Consecutive.
punish this defendant and protect the public from future
Oh.
crime. It is not disproportionate to the conduct or danger posed by the defendant, and this offense was committed while he was already in the custody and incarcerated with the Department of Corrections. I'm guessing
found
I
him
should
guilty.
probably-
Judge,
Guilty,
you gotta
guilty,
have him
guilty.
Either present or present by video when you pronounce the sentence.
Justin, go ahead and put him in a room so he can watch this. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I will tell you, and for the record, this is the first time in my 8 years on the bench that I've ever sentenced someone in front of a jury. I really thought that I could get through the sentencing without any disruptions or outbursts because you weren't privy. He was on his best behavior in front of you. So what you've seen just now is pretty much what I've been putting up with all day. We started late this morning. I like to start at 8:30. We started well after 9 because this young lady sitting in the back of the courtroom was his attorney, and he fired her this morning. So we had to go through all of that for several times. I think I went through it with him, trying to convince him not to fire his attorney. He wanted to be his own attorney. So this is where we're at. Not that the outcome would have been any different, but perhaps my sentence would have been. I don't know. But I ask for your patience just a little bit longer, if you don't mind.
I think you also, having ordered him removed to a video location, need to put on the record why you did that.
All right.
I don't know how much Sue caught between you
Well,
and him.
let's do this. Mary, proceed after the sentencing entry to file a notice of appeal on his behalf. Pam will appoint new counsel for him to handle the appeal. I will make Sue, if you will make the JAVS recording of the entire day part of the record and send it to the 12th district as well. That way they will be able to see for themselves and not just rely on the transcript, the outbursts of Mr. Jones, not just now, but all day long.
I'm just saying, you have to make a specific.
I know, I'm going to make I mean, obviously I can't proceed in an orderly fashion when I have someone talking over me and it's just, we don't get anywhere. Sue obviously can't take down when we're both talking. So I wasn't getting anywhere. So what I've done is I've removed him.
Sue,
He'll
try
be able
harder.
to watch once Justin comes in and tells me that he's in a location where he can observe what I'm saying to him. That's all. I got a few more things I got to say. And then
Yeah, right there. Well, that might be a little hard. Yeah, maybe like that.
If
You
he
got him in a
did,
room
he
with a
lost.
video?
It shows on his
Sorry.
record.
I did. Justin has.
jail pen back?
You'll have to ask Justin.
Wow. Justin's in charge of the pens.
I think we saw yesterday he has like 70 days.
They're looking for
credit.
that pen, and they should be. Right? They should be. Does he still have a
And
pen?
just for the record, if any members of the jury want to be
He swallowed
excused, I
it.
don't object to that. at this
You
point.
guys okay to sit this out? I actually, what I would really like is just if you could just bear with me for a little bit longer. These young folks in the back of the courtroom have sat here all day. Actually, the young lady in the front row is actually one of our prospective jurors who's decided to stay and watch. I have never had this happen before where I've had is he here?
I have it on the conversation. Would you like me here? This part?
No, I want her in here.
Just to make sure. Okay.
Is it on?
Yeah, I usually make sure the volume and everything works.
Okay.
Are we going to see it in here?
Yeah, that's fine.
You know.
Is it on?
Yeah, I'm gonna go make sure just the volume, there's no glitches or anything, so I'll stand down there.
You gonna text me?
Yes.
Only the men's judges' robes have pockets. The women's judges' robes don't.
That's
You can
his
just
lawyer,
start
by the
talking.
way, right
I
there.
won't hear
His
anything
lawyer.
while you're talking, so I'll text you.
All right.
Sure you don't want to do the appeal, man?
All right, then for the record, the court has had Mr. Jones removed from the courtroom because he decided to interrupt and disrupt the proceedings by talking over me. And it was very clear after a few moments of that he was not going to stop and listen to the court deliver his sentence. So the court has found that the defendant is not amenable to community control and that prison is necessary to fulfill the purposes and principles of sentencing, including punishment, deterrence, and protection of the public. He's ordered to serve 36 months in prison, that to be served consecutive to his current sentence. The court finds that a consecutive sentence is necessary to punish this defendant and to protect the public from future crime. It is not disproportionate to the conduct or danger posed by the defendant, and the offense was committed while the defendant was already incarcerated with the Department of Corrections. He's got 0 days jail time credit on this 36 months.
Are we hooked up?
Yeah, I'm on.
No, I don't see anything.
I'm on.
All right. So the record is clear that
The record's clear that the defendant was removed from the courtroom for his disruptive behavior. He was placed in an adjacent room that has audio and video connection, so he can see me and he can hear me. Justin just texted me and said that we're good. All right, so he's got 0 days jail time credit. The court finds that he's indigent for the purpose of any fines, costs, or other financial sanctions. He's also subject, is this mandatory PRC 1 to 3?
Yes.
All right, subject to a mandatory period of post-release control. When you're released on this offense, the adult parole authority will supervise you for a period not to exceed 3 years, not less than 1 year. If you violate the rules of that supervision, you can be returned to prison for up to 1/2 of the court's original sentence.
Thank you
If
so
the
much,
violation is
Rebecca.
that you commit
Thank
another
you.
felony, you can be returned to prison for 1 year or the period that you have left on PRC, whichever is longer, and that time would run consecutive to any additional prison time that you get sentenced to. Maybe opportunities for you to receive up to 1 day per month for participation in certain education, vocation, or other programs sponsored by the Department of Corrections. Mr. Jones, I will tell you that you have a right to appeal the jury's verdict and the court's sentence to the 12th District Court of Appeals. If you want to appeal, you must file your notice within 30 days of today's date. If you can't afford to pay for the transcript or anything necessary for your appeal, that can all be provided to you at no cost. If you cannot afford an attorney, I will appoint one for you at no cost. I've already instructed Ms. Martin to file a notice of appeal on your behalf, and the court will appoint a new attorney to represent you on the appeal once I've received that notice of appeal. Mr. Arnold, anything on behalf of the state?
Nothing further.
Ms. Martin, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank
All right, very good. We're adjourned. All right, let's just stay in here. Let's go off the record.
We did it.
She talks too damn much. Seriously, we're trying to watch court video here. Yeah, we looked at his record yesterday. Remember, we pulled his record up yesterday. He got like 70 some credit days already built up for his 3-year consecutive sentence. So, I mean, he's going to do some time. He's not going to do all of it. But the good news is all those credit days would have gone towards his original crime, which is probably violent in nature. And because of this, he's going to have to serve that whole sentence. Because, no, you are. Because none of his credit days are going to go to that. Which really does not make any sense at all. Because remember, credit time has to go towards the first case. Remember in Colorado, we just saw a case. I think I posted it here. I don't think I just watched it. He had like a couple cases, and he wanted his credit time. Remember I said, try not to follow along. Never mind, never mind, we didn't do that here. The credit time goes towards the first case in your history, and then it goes on from there. So I don't think he has 70 days for this case. I think that has to go towards his first case. Now. Oh, I did set it up. I thought I forgot to set up the next part. I don't see anything. Oh, it played. It did play. So, yeah, Josh, that wasn't here. That wasn't here. Okay. I had this set up at 18 minutes, and then it played through while we were doing the other one. We're just gonna finish off in Maricopa from last night. I don't know if there's anything inappropriate coming our way. I don't know. We are going to find out together.
At 1:30 p.m. and October 7th at 8:30 a.m., all in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Because you were on release in your case CR 2025-106640 on the date of offense for your new charges, I am holding you non-bondable on your new charges. All right. Go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork for you. Rudy Camacho, please, and then Ricardo Hernandez Torres, Jr. All right, sir, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Rudy Camacho.
And Mr. Camacho, what is your date of birth?
6/13/81.
This was just from a couple hours ago. So, which means they got arrested on Sunday. Weekend arrests are always better, aren't they?
Thank you. All right, sir, you are here because you were arrested earlier today on charges of burglary in the 3rd degree, a class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30, October 6th at 1:30 p.m., and October 7th at 8:30, all in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Because you were on release in your case CR 2025-004071 on the date of offense for your new charges, I am holding you non-bondable on your new charges. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer has your paperwork. Ricardo Hernandez Torres, Jr. And then after Mr. Torres, we're going to have Dion Ray Riley. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Ricardo Torres.
And Mr. Torres, what is your date of birth?
July 7, 1980.
Thank you. All right. You are here because you were arrested earlier today on charges of, hold on, on charges of aggravated assault, assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. That's a class 3 felony. I did find probable cause for that. You were also arrested on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a class 6 felony. With regard to the drug charges, based on the limited information that I have in front of me, I'm not finding probable cause for the drug charges. However, I'm advising you that those drug charges are not dismissed and that formal charges may nevertheless be filed for those violations. And as a reminder, I did find probable cause for the aggravated assault charge. Now, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30 and October 6th at 1:30 p.m. and October 7th at 8:30 a.m., all in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Because you were on release in your case CR 2025-131590 on the date of offense for your new charges, I am holding you non-bondable on your new charges.
Why is that, Your Honor? Because I go to court November 2nd.
So you in your, hold on.
And I'm working, I'm going to lose my job.
Let me, make sure I'm pulling up the right case. Give me just a second. Yeah. So in your
I got a court date of trespassing on October 2nd.
Okay, and that may be the case. So the reason I'm holding you non-bondable on your new charges is because you are currently on release in your case CR 2025-131590. In that case, it appears from looking at the document that prosecution was suspended in that case, and usually that is in order to give the person involved and it was to participate in a felony diversion program.
I'm on it, but I mean,
Okay.
I'm not gonna be able to do the classes if I'm not.
Sure. And I understand that. However, because your status is on release in that case, because I am finding probable cause for the new felony, which is aggravated assault, I am holding you non-bondable on your new charges. All right? Go ahead, step the left,
So
officer.
I'm staying in here till when?
Your next court date, sir, is October 3rd at 8:30. All right, DeAndre Riley, please, and then Anthony Smith. All right, Mr. Riley, go ahead, state your name for the record.
DeAndre Riley,
And Mr. Riley, what is your date of birth?
020703.
Thank you. All right, sir. You are here because you were arrested yesterday on charges of aggravated assault. That's a Class 3 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30 and October 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new case, because we're also going to talk about your probation case in just a second, in your new case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $75,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain release conditions, including alcohol and drug testing, as well as electronic monitoring. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, and you will need to obey the terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that is issued or will be issued. Now, you are also here because you are currently on probation in your case CR 2023-122974. In that matter, your new charges for which you were arrested yesterday would constitute a violation of Term 1 of your existing probation. In your probation case, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your probation case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the event you are able to post your bonds and secure your release, I am reminding you, because you are on probation, that you would need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step to the left, officer will have that paperwork for you. All right, Anthony Smith, please, and then Zachary Sobreros. All right, sir, go ahead and state your name for the record.
Anthony A. Smith, Jr.,
And Mr. Smith, what is your date of birth?
6380.
All right, give me just a second. Oh, all right. Sir, you are here because you were arrested earlier today on charges of criminal trespass in the first degree, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30 and October 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $20,000. In the event that you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain release conditions, including electronic monitoring. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim. Now, you are also here because you are currently on probation in your case CR 2024-146522. In that matter, your new charges for which you were arrested earlier today would constitute an alleged Term 1 violation of your existing probation. In your probation matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your probation case in the amount of $5,000. In the event you are able to post your bonds and secure your release, I am reminding you, you are on probation, so you would need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right, go ahead, step to left, officer has your paperwork. Zachary Sobreros, please, and then Christopher Talibas. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Zachary Sobreros.
And Mr. Sobreros, go ahead and let me know your date of birth.
6/30/06.
Thank you. All right, sir, you are here on two matters. Okay. We're going to talk about your new case first, and we'll talk about your probation case. You are here because you were arrested earlier today on charges of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. That is a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause for that. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30 and October...
It's clearly Zach Hari. Duh.
7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I'm also setting a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $20,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain release conditions, including not having any contact with any co-defendants. All right, now you are also here because you are currently on probation in your case, CR 2024-148713. In that matter, your new charges for which you were arrested earlier today would constitute an alleged Term 1 violation of your existing probation. In your probation matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your probation case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. In the event you are able to post your bonds and secure your release, I am reminding you, you are on probation, so you would need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right.
Tona, how's our husband doing today? Better? Coming home soon? Maybe?
Great. Go ahead, step to the left, authorize your paperwork. Okay. Will you remind me when we get there if I fail to remember?
Guys, I'm not mad, but I'm very disappointed at you all because I'm thinking about it. How could you not say Josh? I said, who in this chat would be most likely to go on Naked and Afraid? And I'm the only one who said Josh except for Josh. I mean, how could you not pick Josh immediately? It's completely evident in my mind who would thrive on Naked and Afraid. And no one at all even thought of picking Josh. Josh, if I was stranded on a desert island, you would be the one, because I have a feeling you would hunt lizards for me. And you would let me make a fish basket, and that would be my contribution.
Thank you. All right, Christopher Talabas, please, and then Salvador Talabas. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Christopher Michael Tayabas.
And Mr. Tayabas, what is your date of birth?
5606.
Thank you. All right, you are here because you were arrested earlier today on charges of theft of a means of transportation, a Class 3 felony, and failure to stay at the scene of an accident, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and failure to notify that you had about striking a fixture, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. You were also arrested, or you were also charged with resisting arrest, passive arrest, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Based upon the information in the Form 4, I'm not finding probable cause for that resisting arrest violation. However, I'm advising you that the allegation is not dismissed and that formal charges may nevertheless be filed for that violation. I did, as I mentioned, find probable cause for the remaining violations. I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30 and October 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your new matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain release conditions, including not returning to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with any alleged victim, and you are not to have any contact with any co-defendant. All right, now you are also here because you are currently on probation, in your case CR 2024-142527. In that matter, the charges for which you were arrested yesterday and for which I found probable cause would constitute an alleged Term 1 violation. In that probation case, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Giselle, can we reprint 11, please? All right. And as I mentioned, I'm setting hearings on October, in your probation case, I'm appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your probation case, I am...
For those of you who have lizards as pets, I did not mean to hurt your feelings when I said that. It's just, are naked and afraid that they're in, like, they have to live. They have to survive, and that's how they do sometimes. That's all I meant.
Setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. Now, in the event you are able to post your bonds and secure your release, I am reminding you, you will have to abide by all the release conditions which are contained in your paperwork, as well as contact your probation officer within 72 hours. All right. We did need to reprint number 11. And officers will be giving you your paperwork. Thank you. All right, Salvador Tayabas, please.
Of course he does.
All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Salvador Talbas, 91007.
All right, sir. All right, you are here because you were arrested earlier today on charges of unlawful, unlawful...
Zach, you are not freaking wrong. You are not wrong. Oh my gosh.
Passenger, let me try that again. Theft of a means of transportation passenger, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that. You were also arrested on charges of resisting arrest, passive resistance, a Class 1 misdemeanor. Based upon the limited information that I have available to me in the Form 4, I'm not finding probable cause for that violation. However, I'm advising you that that allegation is not dismissed and that formal charges may nevertheless be filed for that violation.
Tuna, can you put a sticker on his remote at the hospital before he comes out of his drug high? Just one little sticker on it. Says voice activated. Can you just do that for me? Please record it.
As I mentioned, I did find probable cause for the theft of a means of transportation passenger, the Class 6 felony. Based upon the information that you provided to pretrial services, I am finding that you are not indigent for purposes of appointing you an attorney. So I'm not appointing you an attorney this afternoon. You may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30 and October 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $7,500. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain pretrial release conditions, including no returning to the scene of the alleged crime or having any contact with the alleged victim. You may not possess any weapons. You may not possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not possess any alcohol. You also may not have any contact with any co-defendant. Okay? Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. Go ahead, step to left. Officer will have your paperwork for you. Brian Lozano Alvarado, please, and then Jesse Macias. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record. You state your name?
Brian Noé Alvarado Lozano,
And Mr. Alvarado, what is your date of birth?
6 de mayo 2001.
Needs an interpreter.
Okay. Sir, do you need an interpreter?
¿Puedes regresar a su asiento, por favor? Podemos llamar un intérprete.
Okay.
He was asked and he did not say it.
It's not a problem. Giselle, would you do me the favor of moving him down with the other interpreter matters?
Already.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, Jesse Marcias, please. And then Cristobal Trevino, please. All right, Mr. Macias, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Jesse Macias,
And Mr. Macias, what is your date of birth?
07/2006.
Thank you. All right, sir. You are here because you were arrested earlier today on charges of, let me get your information pulled up, aggravated DUI, DUI while your license was suspended or revoked, that's a class 4 felony, extreme DUI, BAC of 0.15 to 0.2, a class 1 misdemeanor, extreme DUI, BAC of 0.2 or more, a class 1 misdemeanor, DUI, a class 1 misdemeanor, DUI with BAC of 0.08 or more, a class 1 misdemeanor, minor driving after drinking, a class 1 misdemeanor, under 21, liquor in body, a class 1 misdemeanor, and possession of an open container in the vehicle, a class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing you an attorney. I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30 and October 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, you would be subject to certain release conditions to include alcohol and drug testing, and you may not possess or consume any alcohol. I'm also specifically stating that you shall not drive a motor vehicle. You do not have a valid license and you should not be driving. All right, go ahead, step to.
He was the one with the
Oh.
air.
Wait, hold on, I've got one more thing. In addition to the other charges, hold on just a second.
Pennsylvania team versus America's
Yeah,
team
just a
here in
second.
chat.
All right, in addition to the charges that I read at the beginning, you have also been charged with a Phoenix City Code violation for operating a vehicle without a valid license. And that is,
cheat. This is how I cheat. Pittsburgh 1 pulls over. Mary, look at your name. Look at your name. You're green. You and Sandra yesterday.
Phoenix, well, pursuant to the Phoenix City Code. And pursuant to the information in the Form 4, I am finding probable cause for that as well. All right, sir. Giselle, did we get the Phoenix City Code violation written in on his paperwork?
I can write it in manually.
Okay, so, sir, we will go ahead, we'll bring that out to you. We need to write in the Phoenix City Code because it does not populate automatically in our system. All right, go ahead, have a seat, and we'll get that out to you. All right, Cristobal Trevino, please, and then Veronica Lopez. All right, Mr. Trevino, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Christopher Trevino,
And Mr. Trevino, what is your date of birth?
June 1968.
Thank you. And you, sir, you are here on 2 matters. You are here, we're going to go ahead and talk about your direct complaint first, and we'll talk about your other matter. You are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest in a direct complaint matter. That direct complaint alleges that on or about January 2nd of 2025, you committed the offense of sale or transportation of narcotic drugs, a Class 2 felony, and that on or about January 31st, 2025, you committed the further offense of sale or transportation of narcotic drugs, a Class 2 felony. In that matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 3rd at 8:30 and October 7th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your direct complaint matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,000. Now, you are also here because you are currently on probation, in your case, CR 2024-159608. In that matter, your new charges in the direct complaint case would constitute an alleged Term 1 violation of your probation. In your probation matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I'm also setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you are able to post your bonds and secure your release, I am reminding you, you are on probation, so you would need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours.
Yes, all the charges, picking up some charges, I've been doing everything with my probation. I've been straight with her and everything. I just seen her that 25th.
So your new charges were for previously uncharged conduct on January 2nd of 2025 and January 31st of 2025.
How about the first charges that I was in here for?
I'm sorry, what, sir?
Was that the charge that I was in here for? I had never got in trouble after that first time I came in here.
Okay, so it's a direct complaint. So this is an initial arrest warrant on that direct complaint. So this may be your first notification as far as the information or the charges in the direct complaint.
Okay.
Okay? All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork. Veronica Lopez, please, and then Jenny Hadak. All right, Ms. Lopez, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Veronica Lopez.
And Ms. Lopez, what's your date of birth?
July 6, 1983.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Lopez, you are here on 2 matters. You are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued warrants for your arrest based upon allegations that you violated your probations in your case of CR 2024-120256 and CR 2025-118581. In both of those matters, I am appointing you an attorney, and in both of those matters, I am setting hearings on October 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. In your 24 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In your 25 case, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the event that you are able to post those bonds and secure your release, I am reminding you, you are on intensive probation services, so you would need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours. All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have that paperwork for you. All right, Denny Hedjack, please, and then Watkin Addison. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Denny Iraq,
And, sir, what is your date of birth?
9876.
All right, sir, you are here because the Maricopa County Superior Court issued a warrant for your arrest based upon allegations that you violated your probation in your case CR 2025-121361. In that matter, I am appointing you an attorney, and I am setting hearings on October 6th at 8:30 in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. I am setting a secured appearance bond in your probation case in the amount of $250. In the event you are able to post that bond and secure your release, I am reminding you, you are on intensive probation services, so you would need to contact your probation officer within 24 hours, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork for you. All right, Joaquin Addison, please, and then Martin Simon. All right, sir, go ahead, state your name for the record.
Joaquin Addison, Jr.
And I apologize for mispronouncing your first name.
Oh, no, it's fine.
And Mr. Addison, what is your date of birth?
October 28th, 1995.
All right, so you are here following your arrest yesterday on charges of theft, control of property, a Class 6 felony, disorderly conduct, fighting, a Class 1 misdemeanor, and preventing the use of a telephone in an emergency, a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause for all of those. I am appointing, based upon the information that you provided to pretrial services, I am finding that you are not indigent for purposes of appointing you an attorney. So I am not appointing you an attorney this evening. However, you may, of course, retain an attorney at your own expense to represent you. I am setting hearings on October 13th at 8:30 and October 16th at 8:30, both in the downtown Maricopa County Superior Court. Will you go to those?
Yeah.
Okay, then based upon your promise to appear, I'm going to release you this evening on your own recognizance. However, I am imposing certain release conditions on you. You will need to participate in electronic monitoring. You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with any alleged victim. You are not to possess any weapons. You are not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you are not to consume any alcohol. You must obey any terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that is issued or may be issued. Now, do you and the alleged victim live together?
Yeah.
Okay, you may not reside at the same location as any alleged victim or go to the alleged victim's residence, even if you are an owner or renter of the residence. If you presently reside with any alleged victim, you must find an alternative residence. You can arrange for one civil standby with law enforcement to collect any essential belongings. Do you and the alleged victim share any children?
No.
Okay. All right. So you will have to find someplace else to live, at least for the time being, and until a different judge changes those release conditions, which could happen as early as October 13th at 8:30, okay?
Okay.
All right, go ahead, step to the left. Officer will have your paperwork.
You're about to have a bad birthday, boy. Bad, bad, bad birthday. But that's what happens. All right, guys. We made it. We made it. We made it. Thank you so much for coming out today. I really, really, really appreciate it. We had some new faces today, which is amazing. I shall see you all in Oche in a few minutes, or I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Well, I thought I'd write a happy song. I found a chat room where I belong. You don't know how much it means to me. With such a groove, I'm less lonely. Oh, Kathy's the creator. She's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her smile shines bright. She's got that grace. Come join the fun. It's a welcome and play. I can count on distraction from my pain, 'cause this creator takes you there and back again. Kathy is the heart here, always in stride. Her work is hard, but her joy she can't hide. Oh, Kathy's the creator, she's leading the way. At Court Vibes, we laugh and we stay. Her style is classy, she's always top shelf. Don't take my word, come and see for yourself.